What is up, everyone? This is Justice. Today I'm going to talk about the 15 worst glitches on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4. So this is an emulation of 2008 Sword Fights in the Heights 4. About 2 months ago I covered the modern Sword Fights in the Heights and all of its glitches. Ever since then I've been playing exclusively Nostalgia Zone, and I have found a bunch of glitches, one of them being pretty game-breaking. These are going to be ranked number 1 being the most game-breaking to 15 being the least game-breaking. Let's jump in. So by far the worst glitch in the game is the lag. I think it's caused by the emulation of the old school physics. I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is that on this game you have to be very, very careful. It seems like there are certain times where it's laggier than others. It's kind of hard to predict, but yeah, I always have to be careful, guys, especially on this version with that crazy lag. So the second worst glitch on Nostalgia Zone Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is one where when you're standing on top of an item stand and the item respawns, you basically get stuck. You become one with the stand. There's no way to fix it. You have to reset or leave the game and rejoin. It's unfortunate, but you know, basically just don't stand on stands and you'll be good to go. I found out about this when I was live streaming. I've seen this glitch before. It's happened to me. I thought I was getting frozen by an exploiter. What the heck, bro? You're part of the stand! So the third worst glitch on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is the fact that the lava spinners are broken. Now, I can't remember if back in 2008 this was a glitch or not, but I do know for a while back then the lava spinners were actually broken. So what happens is you join a new server, the lava spinners work until they regenerate. Once they regenerate, they break. I'm not really sure why, but it's unfortunate. And I would say the biggest tip I can give anyone is don't pretend like the lava spinners aren't there. Even though they're broken, they still can kill you. And that happens when they regenerate. They regenerate every 45 seconds. They'll kill you still for that little split second that they're there. It's happened to me a few times. Just be careful. But yeah, there's that glitch.
Yep. So
the next worst glitch on Nostalgia Zone is not necessarily a glitch, but it's the fact that the Touchstone has a 13.5 second cooldown. Normally it's got a 1 second cooldown, but on this version, nah, son. So I always carried 2 Touchstones. The second one is hotkeyed on my mouse. However, even then, you still will die from time to time because of the excessively long cooldown. Just be careful. This is actually the number 1 way my streaks get ended on this game. So the 5th worst glitch on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is the fact that the ladder is very hard to climb. And I mean, obviously ladders shouldn't be like this. I'm not sure why it's so hard to climb. Maybe it's the old physics doing something weird, but you basically have to constantly have your ROBLOX avatar aimed towards the center of the ladder. So you can't really just walk up the ladder like a normal ladder. It's also good to know because if you see someone climbing the ladder, chances are they're going to fall at least a couple times. So it's always a good shot at getting an easy kill. So the 6th glitch on the Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is the leaderboard. It flips. I don't really know why it flips, but it doesn't change unless you leave the game, and even then it could still just get stuck that way. I've never seen it before in the last 13 years. It's a really odd glitch, but yeah, there you go. So this next glitch is the 7th worst glitch on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4. And this one is one that's on the normal version as well. It's the Illumina gravity glitch. So when you are lunging with your Illumina, you double click to lunge and then you jump while you're lunging, and Illumina will make you jump high in the air. Well, if you switch to another item while you're lunging, then it will glitch your character out. You get no gravity, and on this current version, you float up Doge to the moon style. So yeah, be careful lunging with Illumina. Don't switch to any other items. Fun fact, this glitch was actually in the game for as many years as I can remember, but back then, it wouldn't make you fly up to the moon. You basically just had low gravity, so a lot of people abused it by pulling their Ghostwalker out, flying up into the air, and then putting it away and falling back down to the heights. Oh, got him! So the 8th glitch on Nostalgia Zone is one that's been in the game forever, as long as I can remember. It's where after you die, you can drop your sword and go pick it back up again, or your Touchstone, whatever. So back in the day, I remember a lot of people would drop their level 9 Ghostwalker whenever they died with it, and then just go pick it back up. It's still in the game. You die, you press backspace, you're good to go. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah. So the 9th glitch on Sword Fights in the Heights 4 Nostalgia Zone is one that's been in the game for ages. This one is where you basically are fighting someone who has Darkheart, you have Darkheart, you kill them, but they end up getting some lifesteal, so they technically stay alive. Still, the Darkheart effect applies and they fly off into oblivion. I don't even know how long it's been in the game. It's been in the game for so long, and I'm actually surprised it's in the Nostalgia Zone version. So the 10th glitch on Nostalgia Zone Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is the fact that the little jump pads / teleporters underneath the Firebrand walkway are broken. They're jacked up. I don't remember if they were broken back then on this game, like originally, but they definitely don't work half the time now, unfortunately. On the modern sword fights by Shedletsky, they are fixed, so there you go. The 11th glitch is another one that's been in the game forever. It's when you're venom shanked and you pull out a medkit and use the medkit. When you're venomed, you blink green, lime green, like a puke looking green, and then when you are using a medkit, you blink white. So it's when you're changing colors at the same time it happens. Basically, you turn into either a ghost or a zombie for the rest of the time until you die. It's been in the game forever. And the 12th glitch is the broken pressure plates. Now, these things just randomly break and freak out, as you can see on screen right now. It's kind of rare for them to flip out this bad on Nostalgia Zone. On the normal sword fights, they freak out all the time now. But yeah, when these things are broken, they make it really hard to move around the map if you don't have a Touchstone already or a Ghost Walker. But eventually, they do fix. So the 13th glitch on Nostalgia Zone Sword Fights in the Heights 4 is a bug with the Jetboots. So what happens is when you first pick up the Jetboots, if you click and hold, you don't float up. The Jetboots don't work. I found out that you do it the second time, they work, and then they work from there on out. If you ever pick up a pair of Jetboots, as long as you click and then jump, they will work every single time. It's just a really weird glitch. So the 14th glitch on Nostalgia Zone is one that dates back, like a lot of the other glitches, to, a decade ago. It's been in the game forever. However, it was fixed after like 2010, I believe, somewhere around there. Basically, you were able to fuse swords back in the day, or fuse items. For example, people would fuse the Shadow Sphere with a Firebrand, so they could have a very giant invisible sword. This was fixed by Shedletsky making it so if your avatar had 2 items in their hand at once, it would kill them. So you basically would die, and that's how he fixed it. Obviously, this caused a lot of unnecessary deaths, but it did fix the problem. On Nostalgia Zone, I have found out that this is still a thing you can do on Nostalgia Zone. It's a lot more difficult than it used to be back then. The clip I'm showing you guys is from a live stream where someone had done the fusion glitch with a shield sphere, so all of their items had a shield around them. So there you go. So the final glitch, number 15 on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4, is the double Illumina flying glitch. Now, it's not what you think. The double Illumina flying glitch on the modern Sword Fights by Shedletsky allows you to fly across the map in a matter of 10 seconds. The one on Nostalgia Zone is not viable. The reason why it's not viable is because it's really loud and it just thrusts you directly vertical up into the air. It's not really that useful. A better way to do this is just go touch one of the many jump pads on the game with a Ghost Walker. But yeah, you basically lunge and jump and then switch Illuminas and rinse and repeat. So that does it for the 15 worst glitches on Nostalgia Zone's Sword Fights in the Heights 4, which is an emulation of 2008 Sword Fights in the Heights. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you liked the video, consider giving it a thumbs up because it helps boost my video in the algorithm, giving me a shot. I've started uploading my stuff to my Patreon, and if you pledge to Patreon with $1 a month, $2 a month, you'll get videos 1 to 3 days early. You'll also get to vote in exclusive polls to decide the fate of the channel, and a lot more. So that's the best way you guys can support. Either way, thanks for watching.